The original Shantae on the Game Boy Color and Risky's Revenge on the DSiWare were the oldest Shantae games, but there was a Game Boy Advance game in between those two that strangely never released. That game was Risky Revolution, which was scrapped because WayForward couldn't find a publisher for it. However, Limited Run Games, the retailer known for making physical copies of digital-only games, including the Shantae series, revived the game for the GBA and modern consoles. As a Shantae fan, I had to get it, and because there's plenty of content in the deluxe edition, that's the version I got, so I shall discuss the graces and fumbles within this remarkable marvel. As the world shakes, we mustn't break, since it's time to retrieve the relics pronto. Hey, I'm Owen the Fictionboy, and here's my good thing bad thing jig on Shantae Advance, Risky Revolution. Good thing. A Game Boy Advance game releasing in 2025? That sure is something we didn't expect, but it's great for the few people who still play handheld console games. Bad thing. Alas, it was inevitable Limited Run would be caught red-handed for using scavenged chips and screws to make those cartridges. That was a bad time to use the 3 R's. Good thing. The game also has physical and digital versions for the consoles that are still supported. In fact, for Switch and Steam players, the game was on sale around launch period. Bad thing. I know why the sale wasn't available for PlayStation and Xbox players, but it's still a bummer, and it felt like WayForward was playing favorites. Good thing. The deluxe version comes with 3 special costumes that all look great, and I especially find the Relic Hunter and High Voltage costumes useful for speedrunning the game. Bad thing. While the sizzle armor makes Shantae look hot, literally and figuratively, the boosted fireballs aren't as effective as the boosted pike balls or storm puffs. Good thing. The main gimmick of the game is the tremor engines, where you switch places of an environment so you can reach areas you couldn't get to beforehand. Bad thing. As cool as that sounds, trying to figure out what layout you need to reach said areas can be very disorienting, making the game more stressful than fun. Good thing. There are 6 creatures Shantae can transform into, as we have the 4 from the original game, and this would have been the true debut of the crab and mermaid forms if the game wasn't originally cancelled. Bad thing. Although, like in Risky's Revenge, there's no special transformation music. If the Game Boy Color managed to give a catchy transformation tune in 2002, why couldn't the DS do it in 2010 or the Game Boy Advance today? Good thing. It's interesting to see the towns mix and match environments, like Sequin Land being sandy, Mining Town being watery, Lava Town being cold, Museum Town being hot, and when the Royal Palace is back to normal. Bad thing. Seeing the Royal Palace not the way it should be is quite nasty, and I definitely feel that way towards Bogtown, with or without being in its normal habitat. Talk about PU. Good thing. Aside from the usual labyrinths to gain new transformations to defeat the Muck Lords and rescue the Relic Hunters, there are caves and crypts when looking for secret squids, talismans, heart holders, and other treasures. Bad thing. I get that the GBA hardware is limited in terms of power, though without a map, it's hard to tell whether or not we collected everything in the locations we've been to, other than the secret squid counter. Good thing. The greedy jar sure does make it easier to collect a high amount of gems so you can purchase items and potions you need for completing the game. Just have some magic potions on you so you won't run out of magic. Bad thing. Roddy Tops has taken over as the shopkeeper since the original one got yeeted. And her movements make me uncomfortable, as I'm worried she's trying to seduce me, trick me into letting her feast on my brain, or both.
Off-topic thing.
Apple recently unveiled the iPhone Pocket, designed by Issey Miyake as a beautiful way to wear and carry iPhones with 2 size options and 8 colors. At specific Apple stores, it's $150 for a short strap and $230 for a long one. Would you buy a cut-up sock from Apple?
Good thing.
The console version of the game lets you choose between playing the modern mode for flash animated character sprites and texts during the cutscenes, or play the old-fashioned classic mode for those seeking that retro vibe.
Bad thing.
Even though it's a game that's going for the old school feeling, it still would have been nice for the modern mode to have voice acting, especially since I prefer Christina V voicing Shantae over Megan Glaser.
Good thing.
There are diving boards for when Shantae needs to go headfirst into the water when falling from great heights, and her dive is so elegant along with the animation of her hair after getting out of the water.
Bad thing.
It does take a while to figure out what arrow inputs you need to pass through certain walls. Even when you think you got it at earlier playthroughs, it still isn't very easy to pull off.
Good thing.
If you liked Bolo, Sky, Roddy Tops, and Mimic, some of the new characters are also interesting. The 3 relic hunters, Bolo's baby brother Pongo, and the great ruler of Sequin Land herself, the Sultana. Who wouldn't want to be in her presence?
Bad thing.
Lava Town may seem like a paradise upon restoring the lava and the statue of the Ancient One, yet the ceremony of cleansing is all the girls bathing in lava to remove their skin and become skeletons. What in the actual HE double hockey stick?
Good thing.
I never thought I'd need to see Shantae in a purple bikini as her magic mode outfit after her red and blue ones, but it looks really good on her since it matches her hair.
Bad thing.
Though why couldn't we have just unlocked magic mode after being the main game like the other games in this series? Requiring to get all the secret squids can be quite the chore to be rewarded with a challenge.
Good thing.
The boss battles against the Mucklords put up quite the tests as they have unique fights, and the final battle against Risky Boots is a dramatic 3-phase showdown facing the Pirate Queen herself, the Tinker Worm, and a slightly harder version of the first boss fight.
Bad thing.
The game ends with Mayor Scuttlebutt saying Shantae will never be fired if she keeps up the good work. That aged very badly. And the game fight about taking responsibility for Pongo. At least Risky vowing she'll have her revenge is a neat call out to the next game.
Good thing.
The win screens are splendid rewards, as there's one for beating the game, one for doing it fast, one for fully completing the game, and one for managing to accomplish that quickly. For once, I actually got them all thanks to the Relic Hunter and High Voltage costumes.
Bad thing.
I know I made a whole crap post about this, but I'll say it here for those who haven't or want the details spared. The game over screen is the most questionable and weirdest one in the history of video games. Trust me, you gotta see it to believe it.
Good thing.
For the first time in any Shantae game, there's a multiplayer battle mode where playing it on console locally is self-explanatory, but GBA players can use the Game Link cable.
Bad thing.
It's not that great though. Since you can't choose characters, there's only one arena, and it'll be nearly impossible to find players who want to play a Shantae game with you, which may explain why there are only a few videos of people playing it.
Good thing.
The game had many mixed to positive reviews, being praised as a Shantae game perfect for those who want to blast from the past. This wasn't the only WayForward GBA game limited run revived, as Sigma Star DX also got the treatment with console versions coming next year, and a 7th Shantae game has recently been teased, so I can't wait to see how the franchise is expanded upon.
Bad thing.
Admittedly, despite how happy I was to be playing a new, technically old, Shantae game in 2025, this may be one of the weakest games in the series. It's indeed a more fully fledged game than Risky's Revenge, but there were soft locks, glitches, and keep in mind this was published by Limited Run, who don't exactly have the best track record. Whoa mama, this sure was a revolution that was full of risks, and I think it was pretty much worth it. If you need a new Shantae game that'll take you back to the classic gaming era, this will do the job just fine, and our half-genie hero still has the magic to this day.
Still need more fiction? Then please give this video a like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications. Also comment below and follow me on Instagram for teasers and thumbnail previews of videos to come in the future. Thanks for watching, see you again soon, and good night-o!